Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Taking another look here at SUI, double checking kind of where we're at here. We took a long with SUI roughly at 83.5 if I recall correctly, and it ended up working out pretty well. We took a nice little 65.5% profit in roughly a day and a half. So we caught that nice little pump there. The question I get right now, is it worth getting back in? Short answer is yes, because we're seeing this low, the previous high tested as a new low here. We also got a potential flag pattern as well, another one, which is a very good sign. The last one did break out quite substantially. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's exactly what's supposed to happen when Bitcoin is behaving and doing what it's supposed to. Let's take a quick look here. Here is our playout chart from over the weekend. We can see that bull flag pattern with an expectation of breaking into that liquidation range at about 90 cents or higher. So that's kind of where we're at there. Let's quickly look at the back-end data and kind of see what's going on here. Double check a couple of things. And while we got this loading, just want to say thanks again to my community for awesome feedback. Really appreciate just the kudos and all that. And it's rewarding to me to see you become better too, because a lot of folks are actually improving over the last few months or years, and it's really awesome to see that. Congrats on that. Taking a look at the liquidation levels in the back-end data, we can see left here 7 days, the right is 30. Over the last 30 days, we see a ton of liquidation on the downside. Okay? We're a long ways away from that though, so all the more reason not to worry about it for the moment. However, we look here, we got a heavy concentration about $1 even as kind of a newer range for us. That's been there, but it's heavily concentrated now. Again, round numbers are very consistent about being either A, resistances or supports, or just B, people will tend to put their stop loss there, and that's why we see that, okay? But either way you look at it, good, probably about $1 billion worth of liquidation from that 90-cent range upwards of 98. So the majority of that got swept there. Let's take a quick look at the front end here, basically the daily time frame work our way down, and just kind of recognize a few important factors. So let's look at the SMAs, because this was kind of a turning point for us. This is half the reason why we took a long on Saturday at about the 86-cent mark. We can see here the 50-day, correction, that's a 20 SMA, kind of hanging out there. We're above all moving averages. Okay, so SUI has been very bullish the entire time. Even with Bitcoin pulling back, it's done very well. I know it's kind of weird to take a long at the top, or what feels like the top, but when everything's confirming and Bitcoin's no longer pulling back like an idiot, we're in pretty good shape to take along with a coin like this. Having said that, we're up over 50 on the RSI, generally construed as a positive sign. That was also present on Saturday. We can see our TSIs increasing and MACD converge. Those are all very, very good signs, especially when you come up with plus over 0 on the TSI and you get a convergence on the MACD. Those are very, very awesome. 4-hour time frame, we're above all moving averages. We're seeing this flag pattern forming. What I'll do is I'll post our playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord again, just so you kind of can see what my new thoughts are here. I'm not going to take the time to articulate that, but I want you to know that this is a tentative bull flag for the moment. More likely to break to the upside if we get a closure above that descending trend line. We look at our TSI that's pulling back, that's standard. We got a divergence on the MACD2. That's all par for the course in situations like this. We can also see we're over 50 on the RSI. This is more important here. This is letting us know that we are still likely to break out and continue higher. Please, please, please understand Bitcoin is trending towards 57,000, which is an area of resistance. I'm expecting the price to pull back once Asian markets open. If that does happen, we will probably see a correction here from SUI because it does seem to be aligning itself with Bitcoin to an extent as far as the pullbacks are concerned. So again, it's just not pumping as hard as it should because it's already maxed out for this duration. For taking a look at the hourly, let's quickly recognize the Ichimoku cloud. We're traveling within the cloud, generally construed as a no buy zone. The lagging spans now within the price action, conversion lines below the baseline. There's a lot of reasons not to take a long. If you do take a long, I would say along with the local resistance, turn support is an appropriate consideration. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and mark this in red so you can kind of see that was our more local high. And what I'll do is I'll update our fibs here as well to give us some perspective, but generally speaking, we're probably due to continue higher in the overall sense, just to kind of give you perspective. The reason why I feel that is because we can kind of see this Elliott wave type of pattern forming here. We've got our first wave, followed by our impulse here, and as long as we stay above this level, we should be in good shape to be able to see one more leg up. Okay, so again, this is very tentative. Again, I'll clean this up, but generally speaking, that's the rough estimate of what we're looking at here for this continuation pattern. So again, I think if we stay and retain above 80, basically 89 cents, 90 cents is a round number, we should probably see the price continue higher, pending Bitcoin doesn't fall flat on its face or come any lower than like 55K. Keep in mind, we have a CME gap at 54,000 for Bitcoin, and it's important to recognize that's a very realistic possibility of getting that hit. And especially with Asian markets opening later today and we close with all this profit, what do you think Asia's going to do? Since they were last opened, we've seen almost 8% correction from Bitcoin. I don't know. It seems like a lot. Granted, they could have secured profits last night. That was their Monday, so to speak, and they didn't, which leads me to believe even more so of a reason why they're going to try to destroy some late longs. Just a thought. All right, folks, that's what we got. I hope that made sense. I described that correctly. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Again, thanks again for your time. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.